That was the wrong one right there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Solo Rolling. I'm worried that this audio is going to be a little loud. So let me know if it is. Also... One second. It looks like I'm chopping up, and I'm not sure why. Let's see here. What is going on? Hello. Sorry everybody. I don't know what is going on. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, so it sounds good, but the video is chopping. Let me see if I can figure out why it is doing that. Oh no. What is going on? I was testing this and it was looking fine. Let's see. I wonder if it is my Zoom. It very well may be my Zoom doing this. You know what? We're gonna scrap the Zoom. Yes, I have gone invisible for just 1 second. Sorry, everybody. And I'm going to try to... That is not my GoPro. What is going on? I don't know what's happening. This is pure madness. Let me remove these. That is not fun, Danny. I don't know what's going on. We've done like 40 of these things, and I've never had this kind of issue. Let's do... It's getting to the point where... Here we go. I may have to not have a green screen tonight. Let me just add a little bit of croppings to this bad boy. I don't even know what webcam this is. Alright, it's this webcam. So I need to scoot it. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I need to flip it, because I'm supposed to be looking in towards the stream. We're just doing this live. Damn it, Clancy. Yeah, I ordered a Damn it, Clancy shirt. Unfortunately, it's not here yet, or I would just be furiously pointing to it. I think that's fine. I'll scoot my microphone out of the way. Yeah, the green screen effect of, what's it called? OBS isn't great. And I tried to play with it a little bit before this started. And I tried to, green screen out this wall because since I sold my house, I had to take down my green screen wall for now. But apparently, like, my skin tone was too close to this wall and it just made me invisible too, so... I was trying to use Zoom with the green screen background built in, but did not work. So I will have a background for this one, I think, but that's all right. Hey everybody, welcome to Solo Rolling, where it only takes me 5 to 10 minutes to get everything set up for the evening. Tonight, we are continuing our adventure in the fight for the Dawn Saber. If you missed the last stream or two, do not worry. I will do a fantastic recap right here. So, the overall story of this whole series is that I am an adventurer that has returned to town to meet up with my old friends slash street gang, like a nice gang though, Robin Hood gang. And stuff happened in part 1. I don't think we really need to talk about that too much. So far, this adventure is I was trying to prove the innocence of my friend's, I guess, friend/love interest. And day 1 didn't go great. I was a very bad private investigator. I pretty much did terrible, didn't really find a ton of clues. And it was my entire day and part of my night. And I was very tired, and unfortunately we got a mission that night, which was most of the last episode. So I have not really rested. Very sleepy Minotaur. I'm a Minotaur barbarian named Harry Three Fingers. Very sleepy one for this session. And last time, this group, it's kind of a mysterious group that I met in the first 8 Petals Argent. And they are asking our guild to find this pirate ship. There's something special about this pirate ship that they really haven't told me yet. They've let little hints drop here and there, but I still don't know exactly the full extent of this pirate ship. But either way, my gang needed a coin, so we agreed to it. And we have set out. We had to go into the embassy from the first one to break into it and find these portals that in the last adventure damn near killed me. And from there, we used this portal to go to what we thought was going to be the island where we could find this pirate ship. Bad story, it dropped myself, Rufio, our gang leader, and one of the embassy members in the middle of the ocean. It was pretty spooky. I myself am pretty afraid of like open water, so it was definitely pretty scary for me. But some like weird, like it was like a spooky dolphin with tentacles or something came up. We played it cool. We didn't attack it, and it ended up taking us to the island as close as it could get us. We got to this island, found out that there's pirates nearby, unfortunately, because of Rufio's familiar hawk. And so we've been sneaking around this island trying to find some clues on A, where everybody on the island went, because it's like an abandoned village, and B, where this pirate ship is. And I do believe from there, where it ended was me kind of investigating the town. And then before... That's right. I knew there was a race against the time, and the race against the time is a storm is coming from one end, like a really bad looking storm, and then a fleet of more pirate ships are coming in from the other end. So I'm really working with limited time here, so I didn't investigate a lot of the village and decided to go up to this, I believe it's a mountain. And I think that's where we left off, and it's like it's a new chapter. So it should be fresh for everybody now. But yeah, the gist of it is I'm on an island. That's why there's, hopefully you all can hear like some waves, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pirate ship. I don't remember why I'm going up a mountain to find a pirate ship. I don't think it's going to be up there. But maybe. It might be. Might be a special pirate ship that can, might have like tank treads. That'd be a pretty cool pirate ship. So here we are. Chapter 3, Heart of Stone. Oh, before we get into it, two things I want to talk about. One is a week from tomorrow, we are finally launching Doom Clock. Doom Clock is a Shiver RPG monthly stream, and I still haven't decided if it's going to be a monthly podcast or a bi-weekly podcast. But either way, next Friday is going to be Session 0. And it is using the Shiver TTRPG system. Brand new system. Isn't even out yet. I'm really hoping it's supposed to be coming out this week. I'm really hoping it comes out in time. Otherwise, we'll have to use the quick guide rule set during Session 0. I'm really hoping I have time to really dig in more before that. We did get a special advance on the character options so that the rest of the gang got to go in and create their characters. But yeah, it is going to be a horror comedy show, time traveling. I am the DM. We've got 4 great players. They have made their characters kind of, but we're going to flesh them out next Friday when we do our Session 0, which will be a It will be character creation, it will be system overview, and it will be setting overview. It should probably take like 2 to 3 hours to do that. I may leave everybody, including the players, on a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of it. We have a prologue that I'll also be playing that gives a little bit of background to the story as well. Very excited for that, so I wanted to throw that out there. Also, the biggest thing is that in 2 weeks from tomorrow is our 24-hour Extra Life charity stream. It's our second one. We did one last year also around the same time, and we had a goal of $500, ended up smashing that with like $3,200 raised. So this year we started our goal big with $3,000. So we really need your help. You can go to bit.ly/goose20 goose 2021, and from there you can donate just $1, and it will enter you into all the giveaways that will be happening throughout the entire 24 hours. You can enter now too. We've got like $45 or something right now already before the event starts. I really want to see that bar raise even before the event, so that we really kind of have a cushion, because I'm going to get worried about hitting that. It's a big goal, $3,000 in 24 hours. So if you could donate just $1, a couple of the sponsors I can talk about is, so you can go to that link, bit.ly/goose2021, or if you're watching this live on a PC, you can go to the panels. I think you might be able to get to it from your phone too. You can go to the About Us tab in the Twitch channel, and when you get to our panels, there's an Extra Life button you can click to donate. A couple of these sponsors I can announce so far are D&D Beyond is back again this year. They're donating 3 source book collections, which is like a $150 or more, I think, value, which is amazing. I think last year they donated 1 or 2, and this year they're donating 3, which is pretty crazy. Dwarven Forge donating a $100 gift card. Dice Envy is going to be our dice sponsor again. Zoltar's Bazaar is donating 4 dice vaults with different Majestic Goose logos and things on it. Who else have we got? Ironclaw Relics is going to be giving away some stuff like last year. We're going to be giving away some Majestic Goose merch, shirts or something. Don't really know yet. May just say like X amount of value, and you pick whatever you want, and we'll send it to you. Haven't decided on that yet. Oh shoot. I hope I'm not forgetting. Oh, DM's Guild is back with another $25 gift card to DM's Guild, which is a lot of one-shots you can buy. And I feel really bad. We've got another one that is also doing giveaways. We've got some more too in the works, but it's not finalized yet, so I can't talk about it just yet. But we're gonna have, I think we're up to like 16 prizes right now, and I'm expecting to probably get up to like 20 prizes, which last year I think we had something around like 100 donors, like unique donors. So you had like a 1 in 5 chance of winning. You'll have like a 1 in 5 chance of winning if you donate just $1. So it's a really good chance, and you're also helping Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Yes, Dustin will be donating at least a few more wands, and he's going to try to build some more dice trays if he's got time to before. But he's at least got a couple wands built that are like my favorite wands he's had, because he held on to them last year because they were his favorite too. But now that's like his fallback plan. If he can't get dice vaults in time, he's going to fall back to having to give away his favorite wands, because he really, really wants to help us hit this goal as much as possible. And yeah, we've got a lot of really cool events. I've almost got the schedule completely done. I will say that the final event is going to be a Lorne pour, where I believe I'm going to be getting interviewed instead of interviewing anybody. So that should be a fun cap. And solo rolling is probably going to be in that 24-hour window too, but it might be a little different. Excuse me. What we might be doing for that solo rolling is a duet one shot, where I will be the GM, and I think Gerundu is going to be the player. And I think we are going to be playing Blood Hunter by Anthony Joyce. So I've donated under my... Oh, yes. If you want to be entered in the giveaways, I believe that we've got a way of seeing email addresses and names unless you mark it as anonymous. So if you mark it as anonymous, we obviously won't be able to track you down when we're doing the giveaway. So I won't I won't let anybody's I won't be reading out anybody's names or anything like that, but I will be reaching out and sending them an email at the end. Last year we found everybody, I think. I think maybe one person didn't get back to us within a week, so we drew a different name. I forget what prize that was for. But other than that, everybody else got back to us. So it was a really good system. Extra Life keeps track of like the email addresses of people who have donated to you, I think, so that you can reach out to them. But yeah, sorry for taking up so much time. Just those two things are really big pieces of news I wanted to talk about. And now we will get into Chapter 3, A Heart of Stone. Rough sailors stalk the streets of bravery like silent ghosts, the sound around their movements and their boisterous talk completely swallowed by the wind. They are swarming through and among various buildings, shouldering open doors and even climbing on the roofs. You don't know what they are or who they're searching for, but they are going about it with gusto. If you have, I think we actually read this last time and then left off right here. But if you have taken away... I don't. I hope that noise isn't too loud when I don't find my search. I've been meaning to move my notepad or my notes from Notepad to a Google Drive or Google Doc. I keep forgetting to. Coming Storm. Alright, so... Oh wait, I do have Coming Storm. Wait, event, Coming Storm. Oh, if it has... Event code has 6 or more squares marked off. No, I have got 1 marked off. So we will be going to otherwise go to 87. As you watch the pirates swarming the village, you see more appear on the hill just below. It looks like some of the pirates snuck into a position overlooking the south end of the village. They must have come from another ship that landed earlier, perhaps miles up the shore. They might have caught you in their trap if you'd left bravery any later than you did, Randall. Sorry. It's loud, but not too loud. The background noise is a little loud. I don't think I can turn it. I could turn it down a smidge. I can turn it down exactly 1 smidge, but no more. I'm lying. Maybe I can't turn it down 1 smidge. There it is. I can do 1 smidge. Oh, when you ask about the ping. Oh, okay. System sound. Well, I can turn my system sounds down too. There we go. Yeah, it might be a little bit better. Sorry. Finding no one coming from the village, the pirates begin moving in your direction, spreading out to search the tall grass as they go. Rufio suggests that you leave before the pirates get to you. Arnold. I called him Arnold all last time, didn't I? Arnold is the embassy member that is with us. Is already crawling in that direction. You can find no flaw in this idea, so you follow them toward the trees. Once there, the 3 of you move quickly until you are deep in the wooded hills of the island's interior. You follow a track through the forest, the pirates now long behind you. Within an hour, the storm has fully overtaken the island. Heavy winds. Oh boy, I need to get some storms going, don't I? By the way, again, as always, tabletop audio. Helping me out. Love tabletop audio. If you've never used it, definitely go check it out. There we go. Oh, fantastic. Heavy winds shake the trees as torrents of rain batter their broad leaves. You, Rufio, and Arnold find a hollow in an exposed rock face, a cave no deeper than your arm's length, but with a significant overhang. The three of you huddle in the dry space and escape the brunt of the weather. You wait less than an hour for the storm to abate. Then, as quickly as it came, the storm is gone, and the rays of sunlight start streaming through the forest canopy. Oh, okay, new one. Oh god, that that ambience lasted a long time. Rufio stretches his legs as he leaves the cramped shelter. Arnold stretches too, again favoring one of his legs. You wonder if you should ask Arnold about this, but you decide it doesn't matter. With the sun, the pirates might renew their attempts to track the fight. You need to move on. Regardless, the three of you check your gear and set off again. The trees start to thin as you walk, and the terrain becomes steeper. Hours pass as you move through the forest. Here and there you see signs of regular use, including construction and maintenance on the path. Logs are strategically placed to reduce erosion, and cut stairs ease the steeper portions of the trail. However, the trail eventually disappears, leaving you to wander through increasingly thick trees and brushes. You eventually reach a clearing with a beautiful view. A lush forest spreads out in front of you in a valley to the east, while further south, a ridge connects your hilltop to the island's central mountain, an ancient volcano topped by wispy clouds. The sun is starting to set in the west, spreading an orange glow through the side. I thought we should I thought this was the mountain's top. Rufio says. He looks deeply disappointed as he contemplates the true mountain, a peak much, much higher than your current elevation. Where do we go from here? Having spent all of his life in Waterdeep, your friend has no idea how to navigate or survive in the natural environments. Similarly, Arnold has never been or wanted to be outside the comforts of a major city. You haven't the heart to tell them that it will take a 10-day to get over and around the island's central mountain. If there was a road or a trail, it would take much less time, but having to push your way through will make it slow. Oh, geez, a 10-day. Core rules and sustenance. This adventure uses standard D&D rules related to foraging. You can opt out of that part of the adventure. Standard survival rules. Failure to consume food and water. You will not keep. I think. Excuse me. If you opt to skip the foraging part of the overland journey, you will not have to keep track. You will also be effectively immune to the mechanics of the island's curse. Whoops. I think we will simplify. If you don't want to track, yeah, we'll skip it for this one. If a 10-day took 11, an 11-day would be a very weird thing to say. 10 days kind of weird too, but much more sense than 11-day. We will use simplified travel rules. Yeah. With the food worked out, the three of you bed down by the fire, wondering what the morning will bring. Neither of your companions are used to sleeping rough, and you hear them tossing and turning throughout the night. When the morning comes, neither of them look particularly well rested. Oh, finally a long rest. Oh, yes. Oh, this says I had 18 HP. I don't think I did. But there we go. Okay. 57. Neither of your companions are used to sleeping rough. You hear them tossing, turning. When the morning comes, neither of them look particularly... Why is it saying... Okay. Neither of them... If you have at least one motive cell from the village, go immediately to 61 to see what Arnold has done with it during the night. Oh, I think I had a few. Let me check my notes, though, and verify that. I've got 2 motive cells. Wow. So let's go to 61, see what Arnold did overnight. So motive cell is this, I think for simplification, you can picture it like a battery, but like a fantasy battery. And there is the pirate who owned the Dawn Saber. I think it was the Dawn Saber. There were 2 pirate ships, but I think this was the one for the Dawn Saber, the one that I'm specifically looking for. He had a parrot companion, or a dragon companion, but it was a clockwork small dragon, and its battery's dead. And Arnold's been trying to fix it, so I think if he fixes it, it might be able to help us maybe find him. I don't know. When Arnold gets up, uncurling from his tight sleeping position, you see that he's holding the colorful clockwork dragon in his arms. Maybe it's a little bit bigger than I was picturing. The creature shifts its wings and turns its lightly horned head to take in the surroundings. I was right. All of its motive cells were uncharged. He places the little dragon on his shoulder and beams with pride. Remove any motive cells? Aw, I had 2 of them. Womp womp. Alright. No more motive cells. Rufio looks at the creature again. Can it talk? Arnold gives the Asimar a look of withering scorn. Well, of course it can't. Talk! Oh, that was the dragon. Interrupts with a squawk. Talk! It sounded like a parrot. Rufio and Arnold stare down at one another dumbfounded, and then Rufio begins laughing. He laughs long and loud, eventually sitting down to calm himself. Arnold stares at the dragon as though seeing it for the first time. This is amazing. I wonder how many words it knows. I wonder how smart it is. The dragon turns to Arnold and it blinks its eyes and tilts its head. The little creature seems to know it is being talked about. We might get this thing to tell us about the Dawn Saber. We could use it to find things around the island. We could make it take us to Naki's home on the island. Naki's home! The dragon squawks as though mimicking part of Arnold's words. It flaps its wings and flies into the air. The creature circles high above you twice, squawks, Naki's home! Again, and begins flying with great speed toward the mountains at Island Center. Oh shit, it's gone! We're not gonna be able to catch that. The 3 of you watch the painted creature fly away. Shit. I think this is the first cuss word of either of these adventures. A moment later, Rufio breaks the silence, bursting into laughter and rolling on the ground. Maybe it's leading us to the Dawn Saber. Maybe it thinks we can all fly. When Rufio's mirth has subsided, the 3 of you decide you should follow the clockwork dragon toward the mountain. Maybe you can catch it. Event. Parrot flies. Fuck, that was funny. As you lead your small party further from Bravery, the elevation rises. You are moving from the lower hills near the village to the steeper hills that surround the island's central mountain. The only good part about the sheer terrain is that there is less foliage in your way. You're spending less time pushing and cutting your way through thick bushes and trees. You were worried that the edge on Rufio's sword would be ruined if you had to chop through the entire day. Although the foliage is thinning, the travel is hard going, and Arnold intimately asks you if you're leading them to a road. Yeah, it's just a little bit further, Rufio says every time Arnold asks. I can see a road just ahead. Somehow, the interplay between these two has not turned bitter. Both of your companions seem to be use acerbic humor as an outlet for stress. More importantly, both seem to accept the wire. I've never known how to say that word. Y-R-Y. Wire? Or sniping of the other as necessary, even endearing. You're glad Rufio and Arnold understand one another so well. It would be hard to journey otherwise. It is late in the afternoon and miss another of Arnold's queries about a road when you actually encounter one. I can see a road up ahead, but this time he means it. It's a bridge. Your friend is pointing to a stone arch that must be 100 feet long. stretching between the next hilltop and the hill behind it. You thought you saw a bridge somewhere up here when you started, but you weren't sure that you were seeing it in the distance. Although you were about to call for a halt to rest, you decided to press on. The side of the bridge has invigorated your small party. You continue to struggle up the steep hillside until at last you've reached the level trail that winds its way across the stone span. That is a wonderful sight, Arnold says. The three of you approach the bridge. Although the trail is somewhat overgrown, its level, gently winding course makes walking much easier. In the orange light of the setting sun, you examine the amazing architecture. This is old. The wind wore these stones smooth, but it was built to last. We might be looking at work done 1,000 years ago. Nothing in the village compares to this. It must be the work of civilization that lived here long ago. Make a history check. I swear my cough was gone until I started this. I think it's so much talking that it just brings my cough back. What did I get? A 10. You know what? That's actually not that bad for Harry. That is not that bad. Unfortunately. Sabai says it's pronounced a bit like rye. Rye. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Roll with advantage if you're proficient with Rufio's Mason's tools. Oh, can I have? Yeah, I forgot that I could be using Rufio to roll checks. I'm gonna do that. I will keep my same roll from before, and just for sake of ease, I will roll again directly from my sheet. Wow, I wrote that second one was good. Natural one. So I rolled an 11. Let me check what Rufio's history stat is. I'm sure it's much more than -1. Oh, what are these, Randall? What are these adventures? I haven't seen these. I'll look at these at the end. I'll look at those at the end. I got distracted. Here it is. His history. So, it would be a +0. So it would just be an 11. I don't think that was good enough. Oh, 15 or higher. 23. In the fading sunlight, you and your companions cross the stone archway to the far side and lay out camp for the trail. Foraging failures? No. When the sun has truly set and the clouds block out even the starlight, you give up your foraging attempts and gather... Wait, did I go to the wrong one? I think this one's fine. Your companions. There you divide what supplies you have. Update your character sheet. We got long rest. Excuse me. Rufio wakes early the next morning, rising before the sun comes up. The two of you sit by a small fire and watch the eastern horizon growing lighter. In the quiet morning, as Arnold sleeps, Rufio abruptly begins apologizing to you. He apologizes for his recent failures of leadership, for failing to stop Too Small from being captured and thus losing the deep winter seal. You hear the weariness in your friend's voice. Weariness from hard travel, from the burdens he's been feeling at home. Things aren't like what they used to be. I feel like a fraud all the time. I'm so glad you came back to Waterdeep. You've given us a real direction now. Something to actually work towards. So without you, I don't know how much longer the guild would have held together. I can't even help Too Small, and she's sullen all the time, no doubt traumatized by her kidnapping, and I let her get caught by the Peritons, and now I can't make things right, and she just won't talk to me anymore. Your little campfire pops and sputters in the night. Silence. You're not used to this talk from Rufio. You're used to his stoic reliability, keeping the gang's spirits high. It hadn't occurred to you that the gang's leader would feel lost sometimes too. You think about Too Small's secret, and she's not blaming Rufio for anything right now, nor does her recent mood have anything to do with Rufio. She's afraid that the gang's leader won't understand her dating somebody from the rival gang. You wonder if this is the right time to tell Rufio about T-Jack. Alright, this is gonna come down to the chat. Chat, do I tell Rufio about Too Small and her secret kind of Romeo Juliet love affair? Danny said it is not. Okay. Danny sounds pretty odd. Yeah. I'm so sorry about this cough, everybody. Yeah, I feel like... Oh, geez, it's 50-50 now. Well, my thinking is it would make Rufio feel better in this moment, but it would be betraying Too Small's trust. So, oh, jeez. I think Rufio would understand. I don't think Rufio's gonna get upset, but I mean, it's Too Small secret to give away. It's not really my secret, so I don't think. Yeah, it's not my secret to tell. Unless we get... Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay quiet. Yeah, Sabai said... Sabai likes tragedies. I don't think it would really be a I think that... Like, I think Rufio would be cool with it. I just feel like... stop talking like a mature adult. I'm gonna stay quiet. I would feel really weird telling... I don't want to betray your trust. I'm not in it. I'm not really a fucking Minotaur barbarian. I'm staying quiet. You resolve yourself not to tell a secret. Yeah, it would have put him at ease, which would have been good in the moment, but long term, it's not really my place. You remember Too Small's own worries about her choice of a partner and how the gang would take the news, particularly Rufio. I don't think Rufio would care. Like, if I would have told him right there, I don't think anything bad would have happened or anything, and he would have felt better. I think it would have been a win-win-win, and then it would also have been, off of Too Small shoulders to tell about it. But like I said, she trusted me with that, so. The Asmore was murdered last year, and probably by the Crimson Periton, so the cost for him to return from death nearly destroyed the gang. So if you hadn't returned in time with the Seeker's early bounties, and the gang's creators would have creditors would have seized everything. Rufio is not likely to accept Too Small dating a member of the dangerous rival gang. I disagree, but you can do nothing else for your friend except listen carefully. You break camp when Arnold finally wakes up. Rufio is eager to make use of the new trail that you've discovered. Arnold is less excited. He is favoring one of his legs, trying to work out the stiffness. Seeing this, Rufio finds a straight tree branch and cuts away, making a walking stick. While Arnold tries it out, you examine the old trail that leads up higher into the hills. The trail was once a stone flagged road, digging in the earth, and you can find the remnant of red sandstone slabs here and there. The interlocking flagstones are missing or shattered across much of the route, and only a few of them poke up through the turf. However, The dirt trail above it remains intact, if not a bit overgrown, and it still shows signs of occasional use. You find signs of very recent use a short distance up the trail. An alarmingly large set of tracks shows where a creature crawled its way up this elevation from a narrow crevice between two hills. Upon reaching the road, it turned in the same direction as your party is now going. You examine the broken branches and crushed foliage left in the creature's wide wake. That's scary. Wide wake? The trunks of some of the thicker saplings seem to have been cut through and the creature passed over them. Wet sap still oozes from the plants. You think the maker of this swath of destruction passed by less than a day ago. Rufio, not to have pushed through this dense foliage to allow the trail, that is, until you remind him that whatever cut its way through here was exceptionally large. The width of the track is crushed and chopped. Vegetation is greater than a wagon. What could that be? The creature might be as large as 2 wagons. The fuck could that be? And I'm level 2. No. You briefly consider turning back. The pirates in bravery might be dangerous, but are they more dangerous than this humongous creature? Maybe it only eats plants, Arnold suggests. Well, still, we have to follow the trail. I don't see any point in going back, so let's just try to stay quiet. At these last words, Rufio gives Arnold a meaningful stare. You think it's wise to wait another half day just to make sure you are far enough behind whatever cut this swath. You have no real option but to follow the trail. It's the only landmark you have with which to orient yourself. At the same time, you don't want to hurry lest you catch up to this creature. It would be dangerous to tangle with such a destructive force. Oh, I can listen. Yeah, I think I've got a decent perception. +3. Not bad at all. An 18. Heck yes, roll 20. I keep forgetting about Rufio, but I knew my perception was pretty good. Your 2 companions yield to your leadership in this matter. You're a seasoned adventurer in your element, and neither of these 2 soft city dwellers think you to gainsay you. As you are preparing to wait, sitting down on a fallen tree's trunk, you hear voices carrying over a long distance. You listen carefully to be sure of what you heard. Indeed, a group is approaching you from further back down the trail. This raucous band is arguing, laughing, even singing. There are dozens of them. Your first thought is that the pirates have found the trail like you did. They must only be a short way back. So, oh my god. So am I really stuck between a dozen pirates or this big creature? Your first thought is that the pirates have found the same trail. Leaving your seated companions, you hurry back along the trail until you can peek over the last rise. You count 6 lizard folk pirates on the previous hill. They are far beyond the range of a bow shot. In their midst is an ogre who carries a crossbow, so large that you wonder if it was once a ship's ballista. That might have the range crossed between the 2 hilltops. The ogre is singing a bawdy tune, which you can recognize as a pirate chanty. It repeats the chorus over and over, as you know it knows none of the verses. As you watch, a nearby movement catches your eyes. These pirates must have scouts ranging ahead of them a few hundred feet of you. Is it an orc? The creature walking up the trail has the largest tusk you've ever seen on an orc. Its arms are so thick it makes the creature seem deformed. A moment later, a second orc appears. If you don't do something, these scouts are going to find your little group and raise an alarm. Oh shit. This is another chat participation right now. Do I set up an ambush or do I just keep going and flee and go further? Trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. This is another toss-up. As per chat, we've got one flee and one ambush. And I agree. I am, like, right on that fence. I don't know. Chat's gonna have to agree to disagree. Shoot. Okay, well, this might be a dice roll right here. This may be a D2 dice roll, 1 being ambush, 2 being flee. I think I'm gonna do that because chat's kind of up in the air. I'm up in the air. I'm leaning a little bit more towards flee, I think, just because I don't know. I don't know if Arnold's not very fast, so I don't know if he can flee in time. So let's see. So we will do 1 is ambush, 2 is flee. Let's see. We are setting up an ambush. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Why am I so nervous? 118. Thinking fast, you find an area of concealment for your party to hide behind. You, Rufio, and Arnold push into some thick bushes and hunker down. Then you peer back toward the path. A few minutes later, the 2 orcs come trundling quietly over the hill. They pause at the crest and scan about. One of the 2 orcs crouches to search for tracks. The other moves to check the bushes you're hiding in. You'll have to attack now before your presence is discovered. You signal to Rufio to take one of the orcs in the back while you take the closer one. Hell yeah, I am, as a fucking barbarian. Make 2 stealth checks. 1 for you, 1 for Rufio. If you both succeed, the orc you will fight is surprised in the coming battle. Oh, cool. So we both have a chance. Stealth checks. Let me do this is my stealth check right here. +3. Not terrible. What did I end up? So I'm looking for a DC 10. Got a 15. Rufio got an 11. So we both get surprises, which is going to be very, very helpful. All right, how's this combat going to go? So we both will have a surprise round. Instead of fighting, the orcs with the trifold hats turn and run down the hill, fleeing in the direction they came. As you engage the lead orc, you yell to Rufio to stop the other. It might be running for help. Map. Oh, let me get this map popped up. I believe there's probably a map for it. I think it's 69. Was that right? Was that part 369? It is. Oh, it's cut off. That's why. There you go. That should be good enough. Okay. Oh, I'm I'm nervous. Let me get that pulled back up real quick. So, the orc uses its aggressive trait to close, trying to hack you to bits. Sequence, depending on the events just prior to the battle, you or your foe might be surprised. Combat has timed events that occur in certain rounds. Oh shit. This is going to be exciting. These events may affect the course of the outcome. Okay. Round 2. In the second round of combat, Arnold emerges from the bushes while standing off screen. He begins throwing rocks. Fucking Arnold. I'm starting to like him a little bit more now. At the start of each round, beginning in this round, choose... Okay, I won't read that stuff until the rounds happen. So I think first I need to roll initiative for everybody. So here's my initiative. Rufio. I believe I still have Rufio pulled up. Hell yeah, I do. Rufio's initiative is going to be a +2. 19. Fucking get him, Rufio. What are these bad boys? They are a +1. I'm just gonna do 1 for both of them. Because I'm lazy. Nice. So it's gonna go Rufio, me, them. And we've got surprise rounds. So it's gonna go Rufio, me, then them. Let us get them. What's Rufio working with? Oh, what does he have? He's got a light crossbow and a short sword. I'm thinking he's going to round 1 light crossbow it as he is making up the distance, and then when he closes in on it, he's gonna short sword it like the next round. Read through the rest of the instructions. Oh no, what am I missing? Where at, Randall? What am I missing here? These instructions, I can give attack roll or disadvantage to the orcs after round 2. Round 4, beginning in the 4th round at an initiative of 12, Rufio comes back in his sight from over the hill. If he finds you still in battle, he fires his crossbow at the orc once each round as he approaches. Okay. Okay. I'm hoping we don't even make it to round 4. I want to stomp these guys out real fast. Okay. So do I... Oh, I get you. So do I even do Rufio's fight? Or does Rufio's fight happen kind of off camera? Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. And I'm fighting just one by myself. Oh, it's off screen. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to start fighting mine then. Oh, that makes it a little bit less to manage. So it's going to go me, this orc thing. So for me, I mean, I don't have a ton of options at level as a barbarian at level 2. I do think I can rage. Do I need to rage? I don't think I need a rage yet. I'm gonna save it. Instead, I am going to use my my glaive. I'm gonna run up to it within 10 feet, jump out of this bush, try to spook it, and hit it with my big glaive. Not exactly a roguish weapon. Oh no, that's bad. So I get a little overzealous as I run out of the bush towards mine. Take a swing and it goes wide. And then just before it gets to act, I don't think I've got any bonus actions. Oh, I should have gored it. No. So I'm gonna come back down now. Come back up rather, and do for my second round of combat, my non-surprise round. I'm gonna try again to hit it with my glaive. A natural 20. Oh, nice. It's gonna be plus 12 points of damage, which is not that bad. Not too shabby. How much HP we looking at for these? How's this thing looking? Whoa, it's only got 15 HP? And I just did 12? Oh man, this thing's looking rough. That was a big chunk I just took out of it. Okay. Unfortunately, this thing is now, charging up on me, and it's going to slash at me with its cutlass. This is going to get kind of like a close quarters. 16 is going to hit me, unfortunately. And that is going to be a d6 plus 3. I'll roll for it because it's a little bit more fun. Oof, and the damage went up. 6 points of damage as it cuts into me. Round 2 starts. I still can't see Rufio, but now, luckily, Arnold's going to come in and start helping me out a bit. He's going to start throwing rocks at this to distract the foe. So I can either have him make an attack roll. You can either take advantage on attack roll or apply disadvantage. I'm going to take advantage on it. Because this thing has only got like 2 or 3 HP left. I'm going to take advantage. Arnold's chucking rocks at it. One of them hits him in the side of the head. And from there, my big glaive. Oh no. A 10. A dirty 20. Yeah, 9 slashing damage. Oof. I'm about to miss, and he's about to dodge out of the way, and then Arnold hits him in the head, and it kind of turns his body towards my glaive, so it slices up, finishing him off. Nice. So does that mean that just... So about 12 more seconds goes by, and I see Rufio running back over the hill towards me. As the orc falls, it cradles its ugly sword. It's just a sharpened slab of iron to its chest. We've got to run. I got the last one it was running, but there's a whole column of pirates back there coming up the last hill. Is an orc? An ogre? Those were just the scouts. Rufio tells you he hid the other body. Oh, cool. I'm going to take those javelins, because I actually do need javelins. Go to 169. I'm going to real quick, I need to fill up my drink, and I will be right back. And we will make sure, I hope I don't die from these pirates. Be right back, everybody, just 2 minutes.
In a world where adventure awaits and danger lurks around every corner, an unlikely group of friends find themselves on the path to becoming heroes. But school will only get them halfway. Merlin, the human warlock barber guy.
Oh god, no, I gotta buff his butt! No! Can I refuse business?
Ubo, the turtle artificer.
Well, it doesn't work yet, but I'm working on it.
Ultrex, the discarded warforged paladin.
I don't eat or sleep or wear clothes, so I just sit in the corner and wait.
And Clyde, the Goliath barbarian in skinny jeans.
They're called skinny pelts, okay?
Find us on iTunes or wherever you download your podcast by searching for Halfway to Heroes.
Yeehaw! Welcome everybody to Shitty Cowboys. What in tarnation is Shitty Cowboys? We're an actual play Dungeons & Dragons bi-weekly Twitch stream and podcast set in the West Hollow setting. That's right, it's Dungeons and Dragons and Cowboys. What else more could you ask for? Follow Sean Marston and Jambalaya Pendergrass as they travel across West Hollow and get into some cowboy trouble. Find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/OneShotOnslaught every other Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every other Wednesday wherever you get your podcast. Now go on, get to subscribing.
From the city that brought you Kentucky Fried Chicken comes Roll for Weird, a Monster of the Week actual play podcast. Join Philbert Fogel, Doomsday Prepper and Expert.
I mean, I'm kind of like the linchpin that's keeping everything together.
Lasath, the Divine.
And I still owe him my life, so I would have to end yours. It would be a mess.
Shadow, the edgy initiate.
I trust him with my life. I don't know if I trust him with my car.
Misty Charlotte Palladino.
I keep clicking on the wrong solo rolling. So, sorry about that. One thing before we get back into it, this stream we've got a sponsor, Abide Asteria. I talked about them a little bit. What stream was that? In one of our previous streams, and they weren't a sponsor for that one, but for this one, I want to just real quick. It's if you're looking for a new free, that's right, free tabletop RPG system to try out, then you will want to check this one out. It's called Abide Asteria. The link is right here, and the chat bot should be taking care of it every once in a while. The cool thing about it is, I mean, there's multiple cool things about it, but one of which is that A, it's absolutely free. You don't even need to make an account. 2, it's completely web-based, so you just go to that link, abideasteria.com, and from there, you get access to everything that the GM needs, everything that the players need, things to make characters and everything. It's all on a web page, and from there, all you need other than internet access to go to that site is a standard deck of 52 playing cards, and the way the combat works is really cool. There's drawing of cards and comparing the card you drew to the armor class of the enemy, and then whatever your card, if it's got a number higher than the armor, then that damage is dealt to them. Very, very cool system to check up on. It's like a mix of sci-fi and fantasy. So there's like dragons, but also in space, and there's wolf people, dog people, and rhino people. A very cool system. So go check it out. They're going to be featuring on an episode of Dice Talk, which is a Majestic Goose podcast, where Gerundu and Jeremy will be interviewing one or two of the creators of that system. So check it out. We should have a live stream of that system sometime in the future, also within a month or two. So yeah, again, that's Abide Asteria. Go check that one out. And yeah, it's completely free. They don't have ads on their site or anything. Don't have to make an account. You can just go check it out. And now, does it sound like all the sound stopped? Because I don't hear this quiet code anymore. And I'm not sure why. But we will worry about that later, I guess. Unless my AirPods died, maybe. You decide it's time to hurry up the trail with pirates behind and some sort of giant destructive creature ahead. You'll need to find time to pace yourself carefully. Yeah, it's weird. I don't hear it anymore. I don't know why. You lead your companions up the path that connects the hilltops. The day passes without conversation. The travel feels harder now with no cheery banter between your two companions. You're fortunate to be making good time. You continue to benefit from the cleared foliage cut down by the creature ahead of you. You encounter a very steep hill in the early morning, evening. It's practically a sheer cliff. The party leads right into it, and you can see where the trail resumes further up. A series of switchbacks cut into the hill. From between here and there, the trail is missing, swallowed by a recent landslide. The creature you are following must have been too large for this trail. Its weight probably caused the landslide, forming the mound of shale and rubble before you. If you're to continue along the old road, you will need to climb up over treacherous ground to reach it. Seems like the best idea would be to send one of you up with a long rope, looking for a place at the top to secure it, and then the other two could follow. Rufio volunteers, although you worry for your friend's safety. He gives two convincing reasons. First, he won't need to use a light to cross the stones, so he won't give away your position. In the early moon night, Rufio's dark vision will let him see perfectly well. Second, you're probably a better choice to protect Arnold than Rufio is, should something leap out of the darkness. Oh, fuck. Reluctantly, you agree, and then you and Rufio take stock of your gear. Oh, I need 100. I need 100 rope. Yeah. So what I'm gathering is that something is about to leap out of the darkness at me, and I'm about to get eaten up. Let's see here. What do we got? Yeah, we got the rope. Well, okay, we got the rope, so that's step one. I don't need to make my rope. Rufio hangs its coils over his shoulders and carefully picks his way up the shale. It takes him nearly half an hour to reach the trail above the landslide. The rope uncoils as it falls across the landslide and has plenty of length to spare. You try to get Arnold to climb next, but he's having difficulty with his leg. The half-elf seems too weak to climb. Eventually, you tie the end of the rope around him under your arms, and you climb up ahead of him, hoping he'll be okay on his own for a few minutes. And then we pull Arnold up. Fuck. Now, safely over the landslide, the three of you climb the switchbacks. Okay, cool, so it did work. To the very top of the hill. There you make your camp in the shelter of a set of standing stones. One of them is carved so that it is vaguely resembling a face with eyes and long tentacles for a beard. Arnold lays down right in the mist and goes to sleep. While Rufio covers Arnold in the blankets of his own bedroll, the two of you talk about the half-elf's condition. Rufio thinks the creature that attacked Arnold in the water while you were approaching the big island has inflicted a more grievous wound than you thought. Rufio thinks it's left some kind of corruption in the half-elf's bloodstream. If you had the Arnold marked and had the lay on hands feature, you can treat Arnold. I don't have lay on hands or any way to remove diseases. When you're done checking in on Arnold, Rufio points to a set of campfires in the distance. There are 6 or more fires, meaning the pirates probably number in dozens. I wonder, are they here chasing us, or are they just exploring the trail? You aren't certain. The pirates must have realized that their orc scouts are dead or lost by now. If these aren't the same pirates from Bravery tracking you this whole time, they're probably following you now. With no answer to give your friend, you shrug and sit down to chuck your provisions. No, because we are not doing tracking. In the early hours of the morning, you hear a distant shrieking that echoes through the hills. Rufio sits up, waking instantly from sleep. Oh, fuck yeah. Got a long rest. I was missing 1/3 of my health from that one hit I took. That's what I get for not raging. Okay. Is that what we're following? You hope it's not. The sound wasn't that far off ahead of you from the trail. Then you hear screams coming from the same direction and a single ring of metal on metal. After that, there is only silence. Did the creature win the battle? It was a short one. Maybe we should break camp now. I know that would take us even closer to the creature, but the pirates probably heard those sounds too, so I'm guessing they're sending scouts. I agree. You rouse Arnold as Rufio packs up the camp, and the three of you hurry away in the dark hours in the morning. The going remains easy to the creature that passed here, cleared the foliage. Although the morning temperature is cold, you can already tell that the day will be a warm one. The creature is clear, and the sky is clear, and a faint glow is coming from the horizon in the east. A shift in the wind brings a sweet, familiar scent. You might be near a field of wildfire flowers, but for the danger ahead of you and behind, the trip would be a pleasant one. Let me real quick refresh this page. I'm trying to. I think I'm gonna play like a mountain pass. I'm gonna play this mountain pass because I think. Why am I not hearing this? I'm just curious because I wonder if my headphones died. Okay, as long as you all can hear it, that will be fine. I'm just more curious than anything. Around midday, you find humanoid tracks in the trail. The swath of destruction passes over the tracks, marring them in some places. Given that the island had a severe storm just days ago, these tracks must have been made recently. You feel a sense of ill ease when you think of this creature closing in on whoever made the tracks. Another hour down the trail, you find a clearing with a stagnant pool of water and the ruins of a square building. You can't decipher the structure's original purpose. It seems that it must have been mostly recently used as a place for travelers to camp. You see a torn tent on the stone foundation. The four walls remain intact. They seem like they would make an excellent shelter against the wind. A legless humanoid lies conspicuously just outside the ruined structure. The wall behind it has a rusty brown splash that might be dried blood. The tracks of a large creature you've been following divert into this clearing. They cross through the stagnant pond and move into the structure before returning to the road and continuing onward. Investigate or continue. Okay, putting myself in my party shoes, I don't really see why we would investigate. Yeah, Danny said continue. I'm just thinking, like, I wouldn't really have reason. I know I'm getting chased, and we're trying to hurry. I guess I could collect some information, but I feel like it way outweighs staying ahead of these pirates. I think I should just continue. Yeah, I'm gonna press on. Yeah, I don't wanna go into the ruins with a dead body in them. 110. You leave the ruins behind, continuing up the trail. A few minutes later, Rufio asks if he should perform a religious rite for the fallen. Will I be the last acolyte of a good deity who sees this place? You console your friend by saying that you'll report what you saw as soon as you find Bravery's missing villagers, or you discover another settlement. As you continue traveling, the sweet fragrance of flowers that you smelled last night comes to you again, this time stronger. The smell grows more intense throughout the day, and Arnold eventually tears a shred of cloth from his robe to tie a mask. At the top of the next rise, you find yourself suddenly above the forest. Looking back, you're surprised to see how high you've climbed. You're no longer in the low hills. You've been climbing the central mountain itself, probably for the last day or two. I can see where we landed, Arnold says, his words sounding like mumbles. He shades his eyes with one hand and looks to the northern side of this island. And you can see the gently sheltered curve of the bay where the village of Bravery is. Rufio lays a hand on your arm. I think I found the villagers, he says. You follow the line of his arm where he's pointing and you see a structure there. It's perhaps half a mile further up the mountainside. The building looks tiny, nestled between a pair of streams that trickle down the south side of the mountain. Indeed, this looks like some sort of place that islanders might retreat to if pirates overran the village. The trail you were following probably leads directly there. The water wheel's moving, and I think there's a light in that window where it might be the sun. You need no further convincing. You take one last look around, savoring this vantage point, and you lead your party up the trail. I realized that when I was in school, I always hated when teachers would make you read a book out loud and like go by student to student. And now I just do that for fun on stream for everybody. Oh, how the times have changed. Shortly after Rufio spotted the structure higher up on the mountain, the three of you catch your first sight of the creature that roams the trail ahead. Oh. As you top of your eyes, you see a massive lobster-like creature a few hundred feet ahead of you. You know what's weird? I've been picturing a fucking lobster this entire time, and I don't know why. This entire time I pictured a lobster we're following, and now I find out it's a fucking lobster. Despite the foliage being thinner up here, the creature scutters in meandering pace. It seems to be seeking out the thin copses of trees as though it delights in snapping through their trunks with its massive pincers. Yeah, that would be fun. Eventually, the creature moves on, wandering over the next hill. You wait at least an hour before you follow. You want to make sure the creature has a large lead time, getting far, far ahead of you. Because of how steeply the trail climbs upward, you are surprised to find that the next rise includes a dramatic drop. Looks like the earth split here, cutting the mountain shoulder away. The descent is over 100 feet, like the last very steep section. Excuse me. The valley that stretches out before you is partly flooded. Beneath the clear water, the ground is red. On closer inspection, you find that the floor of the valley is covered in shrubs that are ripe with hard red berries. The water rises to the level just above the plants, as though the ground has leveled in some sort of agricultural operation and flooded purposely. Here and there, little copses of trees dot the flooded plains, and a small island rises out from the water in the center of the red swamp. On the far side of the valley, you can barely make out the switchback trail that rises upward toward the building you saw earlier. Unfortunately, the trail doesn't continue between here and there. If it does, it's hidden under the water. Rufio takes the lead as the three of you slog toward the center of the valley. The land in the middle rises just above the water. It supports a stand of trees and a tiny shed. Arnold follows behind. When you reach the little island, Rufio inspects the shack. You are about to follow when Arnold trips over a log and plunges into the water. You help him up and start to try to keep his robe dry. Nets, says Rufio. I don't think they're fishing nets, though. Maybe it's some kind of farming thing? You inspect the shack and leave and agree with Rufio's assessment. There's nothing useful here. You give Arnold a few minutes to dry off before you lead back into the water. It is then that you hear the crack of tree trunks snapping. One of the copses of trees between you and the far side of the valley is shaking as trees are falling over one by one. Oh no. I read the first line. A massive creature scuttles towards you like a looming nightmare. This must be the thing you're following, the creature that left you the swath of destruction. You look around for a potential route of escape. Unfortunately, the watery terrain would slow your friends too much. Oh boy, this is where you will make your stand. Already Rufio is shouldering his crossbow, waiting for the creature to enter his range. The lobster-like creature smashes through the last small crops of trees as though they were mere bushes, leaving leaves and birds scattering through the air. The giant pincers begin snapping in your direction as its tentacles are now reaching ahead as if it's anticipating your flesh. Even at this distance, you can see a dozen arrows protruding from the creature's body. Oh no. As it approaches, you can identify the blackened area on the top of its head as a burn mark. Wow, so this thing's been fucking people up. It's probably gonna fuck me up too. In the following scenario, you will try to slow or kill the creature as it approaches. It is a huge aberration. AC 14, 52 HP. remaining. You can attack each round if you have weapons or spells. I've got a shit ton of javelins. The range at each round reflects the creature's use of the dash action. If you apply effects that slow, stop, knock prone, no, I don't think I've got any of that. If you have a flying speed, I wish. Oh man, follow the instructions until you kill it or it reaches your island. Wait, how many rounds is this? Oh, on the following pages. Oh shit. Oh, so I've got 8 rounds to kill this thing? Oh, I'm feeling a lot better now. Well, maybe not. Round 1. 420 feet. Let's see what we're working with. I can throw stuff. 120. Oh wait, I got a 320-foot light crossbow with disadvantage. Okay. So this thing's dashing towards me. 6 seconds go by. Me and Rufio both just are getting our attacks ready. Do I have anything? Fuck, should I rage? I do believe rage only helps if you melee damage. It's only melee damage. I don't want this thing to get within melee range, so I'm gonna save my range, or my rage actually. What does Rufio have to work with? Yeah, javelin's only 30, 120. I'm really glad that I've got this light crossbow. I think I took it from the guild hall. What are we looking at, Rufio? What are we looking at? So just that light crossbow, 320 disadvantage? Think so. Yep. Okay. So we're both gonna chill for 2 rounds. We don't have a heavy crossbow, so like this thing's just coming up. We both have light crossbows pointed at it, just waiting until we think it's within that range. In round 3 right here, we are both going to roll to fire off shots. I'll do mine first with disadvantage. I'm scared. An 11. I don't think that hits it, does it? AC 14. Okay, Rufio's turn. He's got +5. My arrow goes wide, way too far for me. Yes, Rufio. You're the best. I think this even said Rufio's damage, right? D8 +2. 9 points of damage. Fuck yes, Rufio. Coming in clutch. So 52 minus 9 would be 43. Let me take a note of that. It keeps running towards us. Pinch, 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 pinch. Oh, it has half cover at this stretch. Fuck. Fuck. So not only is it ranged, long range disadvantage, it's got +2 to armor class. Shit. Me and Rufio are gonna fire off another shot. I'll do mine first again, because why the hell not? 18 would be good, but let's see what the disadvantage is. 14 would have been good, but it goes right into a tree. Oh man, that would have hit him if it wasn't for the trees. He's gonna miss. Rufio's gonna miss too in this copse of trees. It's gonna. Oh man, Randall, what are you doing? You're getting me really nervous about this. Round 5. Burst from the trees, losing its half cover. Okay. So now, not. Oh wait, it is still disadvantaged because it's 180 feet. Fuck, it's getting close though. Oh, this is stressful. I'm gonna fire off my shot. Still at disadvantage. Oh, so close! 14 would have hit, but not the 12. My shot just barely misses. Oh no. Rufio misses his shot too. Do I have anything else? I think this is it. I think it's us firing shots off at this thing until... Oh, shit. Okay. Moves into the range of mini combat spells. Yeah. Still disadvantage at 120. Is that... Yeah, it's gotta be within 80 feet for non-disadvantage. Fuck. We're gonna fire off another volley of arrows and hope for the best. I liked our odds at the beginning, which is the sad thing. And now I'm realizing that 19 would hit. 6 will not. Nope, my shot's gonna go wide. Natural 20 would have been pretty cool. 22! Fuck yeah! Genuinely just got so excited that this hit. 7 points of damage. Not bad. Not too bad. So it's going to be down to 36 HP. Okay. Okay. We can still do this. Maybe. Round 7. Now we don't have disadvantage. Okay, we cannot. So 60 feet. I might throw a javelin instead. We'll see. No, my light crossbows. Well, my javelin's got a better to hit, but a lower die. I'm gonna throw a javelin. Oh no, javelin's 30 feet. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna shoot my light crossbow. This time without disadvantage, luckily. Not luckily. I did not hit this thing once, and I feel bad because Rufio has been just absolutely peppering this thing with a 10 to hit for that time, lowering its HP to 26. As unfortunately, I do believe it is going to get up round 8. Unless you have slowed, combat begins at the start of this round. Go to 55. Fuck, that thing's terrifying looking. You scramble back from the edge of the island as the lobster-like creature rushes in. The thing looms larger than an elephant. You had to kill it during its relentless approach. You have failed to kill it, and now it intends to crush your party. It begins 40 feet from us. 25 feet from Rufio. Difficult terrain for me and Rufio, but not for the thing. On its first turn, it will randomly select you or Rufio. Okay. Okay. Let's have. Let's do a little bit of a. Let's do a little bit of a initiative roll real quick. It's got a -1. Thank you, Randall. Thank you so much for giving this thing a -1. I'm gonna do its initiative first, just cause. 13, that's not that bad. I got an 18. Rufio's a +2. Nice. It's gonna go me, Monster, Rufio. Yeah, my crossbow's really, really, really bad. I think it is my AirPods dying, and I think that's why I'm not hearing anything. Let me swap. Audio might cut for a little bit. There we go. Oh, what is this song, though? Mountain Pass? Nah, I'm going to go back to the Quiet Cove, because I think that... Okay, so it's going to go me first before this thing. Let's see what we're working with. It's 40 feet away. I am now going to throw a glaive at it. Or a javelin at it. 11. Jeez, I cannot hit this thing. This thing is spooking me too bad. I'm too afraid of it. But I am now going to rage. Now that this thing's up on me, it's like a scared rage. I'm so terrified of it that I'm just going to... I wouldn't even call it rage. I would call it fright. Okay, what does it do? So it determines me or Rufio. I will be 1, Rufio will be 2. It's gonna go after me. I guess that's good since I'm raging. So it's 40 feet away. It's only got 30 speed. Oh, fuck. It's got a reach of 10, though. So it's going to run towards me and just be within 10 feet of me. And attack once with one set of pinchers. And if it's grappling, it can use its tentacles. So first it's got to try to hit me with a +6. Which I'm thinking that's probably going to hit me. Shit. Oh! Somehow the Roll20 gods are on my side. And Satan goes to pinch me. So afraid of it, I'm gonna duck down and like hold up my glaive sideways and knock it aside. And I think with that, I think I'm good. Okay, so I think it's Rufio's turn. Danny, you have probably got the worst Roll20 luck. I've usually got some pretty bad Roll20 luck. Sometimes I've got decently good. Danny, you probably got the worst Roll20 luck I've ever seen in my life. Like it's like you upset one of the developers, and they have genuinely looked up your account and fucking set it to whatever it rolls have it. Because your rolls are always so bad. You mess with somebody on the Roll20 dev team. I don't know who, but somebody's out to get you. Rufio's light crossbow has been doing pretty good. I think he's gonna stay back the like 20-ish feet away. He's gonna fire off another shot with that crossbow. He's been doing pretty good with it. Yes, he's gonna hit this bad boy. 8 points of damage. Goes arrow right into the back of this thing as it's trying to attack me. It's now down to 18 HP. It's not bad. Now that's up on me. I'm actually gonna... it's 10 feet away, but my glaive is also 10 feet of distance. I'm gonna try to hit with my glaive, my favorite weapon. Why? Why can I not hit this thing once? Just like one time. Like if I would have hit it one time, I would be able to kill it while I'm raging. I'm so sad. I'm actually sad about that. And then it's gonna take a pinch at me with its other hand, and I'm so upset at my miss. Again, I block it. At least me and it are both doing bad, rather than me doing bad and it doing good, because it's gonna miss me again. And then Rufio's gonna fire another shot off at his back. For 15, he's gonna hit again. Rufio is coming in clutch tonight for 10. Oh, baby. It has got 8 HP. Guess what? I'm gonna hit it this. I don't care what anybody says. I don't even care what Roll20 says. This hits. This hits. It doesn't. An 8 does not hit. An 8 does not hit this thing, no matter how you look at it. Reckless attack. Do I have that? Do I have reckless attack? I don't think I've got that yet. I do have reckless attack. I'm gonna use it because this is. I think this is really, really worth using a reckless attack against, because if I can hit it, it will die. Like no matter what, it will die if I hit this. So I think it's worth it. I'm going to attack recklessly with my glaive and leave myself exposed. Yes. That is 9 plus 2, I believe, for rage damage, but it only had 8 HP left. So I straight up steal Rufio's kill. Rufio has been peppering this thing and really, really weakening this thing, chipping away at its carapace. But just in the last moment, I chop off its lobster head and straight steal his kill. I kind of feel bad, but thank you, Randall, for reminding me of that reckless attack. I wasn't seeing it because I wasn't looking at my features and traits. I was looking at my actions in D&D Beyond. And I wasn't seeing that. I did not realize I got that by level 2, so thank you. Oh, man. Oh no, if you defeat it but Rufio dies, that would have been sad. No, I should have killed it. Succumbing to its injuries, the massive creature staggers and falls, its carapaced body rolling over into the water. It lies belly up, its legs and pincher still, but the tentacles in the mouth continue to writhe away. One by one, the tentacles drop from the creature's mouth and slither away. Fuck! You don't see where the tentacles have gone, so you wait on the island for a long time, watching for their return, and eventually you realize that you will need to be brave. Enter the water, even knowing that those tentacles may be lurking around. This time, Arnold leads the way just ahead of Rufio, and you hope your friend isn't hurting the Seekers agents ahead of the group to serve as bait. Fortunately, you see no further signs of the worm-like creatures. You reach the far side of the valley and quickly ascend the switchback trail. Shoot. Was that supposed to be 160 or 161? I didn't read it very well. I just clicked it. I think it's this one. When you're above the valley, you find an intersection. A narrower path crosses the track you're on, leading down the mountain toward the south side of the island. A green-eyed vulture perches on a wooden post at the intersection. Rufio waves it away as it approaches to read the 2 parchments nailed to it. The bird makes a raspy, trailing cry as it flies away. Rufio examines the pages. The first parchment says, "Village attacked." The next one says, "Pirates are taking prisoners. Do not get caught." And there is an arrow pointed beneath that says, "South Cove." Rufio climbs a boulder to get a better look at the valley below. There's a town down there. That's gotta be South Cove. You carefully climb up beside Rufio, and you can scan the coastline. You see smoke rising from a cluster of buildings. 4 ships are anchored off the coast. Their sails are furled, so you can't be sure that they're Netherlands. However, given the notes nailed to the nearby sign, you assume that those ships carry red and black sails. Whatever the case, South Cove doesn't seem like a good destination. Given their unfriendly visitors, your companions agree and the three of you continue along the path that leads up the mountain. The winding trail takes longer to climb than you estimated. Switchbacks go further in each direction before turning in on themselves. Soon you are climbing a nearly vertical portion of the mountain's face. As you go, you find several streams of water coming down the side of the mountain, crossing the trail. Although you try to push into the night, the trip takes too long. You find yourself making camp for one more night, exhausted and chilled by the dramatic drop in temperature. Rufio and Arnold fall asleep while huddled together for warmth. You rouse your party early in the morning, and you always seem to be the first one ready for each day. The sky is still dark on the horizon, on the dawn's glows already touching the eastern horizon. Long rest. I do need it. I do need to take a long rest because I used a rage. Rufio struggles to his feet. He begins to pack up the camp, shivering against the chill of the high elevation. You scan the switchback trail ahead of you for a while, and you notice that Arnold isn't moving. Shit. You feel sudden dread. You kneel to check Arnold. You find that he's still alive, but his breathing has grown faint. Oh no. Rufio lays hands on him, check for a pulse. Healing energy flows from Rufio to Arnold, and his eyes flicker open. I thought I died, says the half-elf. Rufio examines Arnold further, looking at the source of some new injury. Beneath the half-elf's robe, the skin of one of the leg has turned to ashy flakes. Oh no. Oh no. The mutation seems concentrated around Arnold's left leg. Around the line, the tentacle marks line up. This is what I feared. I've never encountered this kind of infection. I think we may all have it. Arnold just got an advanced case given his direct contact with the creature. We should probably examine each other for significantly, if we're infected. Verdant Spring. I don't think I've got Verdant Spring. I do not have Verdant Spring. In the glow of dawn's light, you examine your friends for additional patches of scales. You are relieved to find that the skin, though turning gray in some areas, has yet to show any other signs of scales. Rufio examines you in turn and reports that you have few spots that worry him. Shit, we all have this? With the examination concluded, you push on, climbing up the switchback. Dawn light illuminates a multi-part structure consisting of a 3-story lodge and a 5-story tower, and a 2-story mill house. The water wheel harnesses the force of a powerful steam that flows down the mountain and through the cleft. The flow passes through the mill house and turns into the other building before plunging off the mountainside. 7 humans stand in the yard. They are wrapped in furs and they have clubs and staves menacingly. The oldest of them steps forward to address your party. The old man greets you with a wave. I am Orman. I am a priest from Bravery and a priest of Chantea. These are my compadres. The man gestures to the 6 villagers behind him. You look like you could use some rest. Welcome to the Stone Temple. Let's get you all inside. At the cleric's invitation, a feeling of relief washes over you. You follow Orman inside the old house, and it appears to have been long abandoned. Orman gestures to you to follow into another room, leaving Arnold to rest and hopefully not die. You join Armin and the rest of the villagers in the dining hall. The morning sunshine shines through the panes of stained glass, casting a mix of colors against the ceiling. Rufio disguises a grimace as he sips from the foul-tasting pottage. I apologize for the meager fare. Unfortunately, we are farmers, not hunters, and for the last 10 days we've been making soup with our rations, and now they are almost gone. You said your group is from Bravery? How did you come up here? Pirates from Netherlear attacked our village, and we had to flee the forest. They pillaged our food and wheat beer, and they carried off some of the villagers, and a lot of them got us separated in the forest, and all the villagers know to come here in the case of emergency. What is this place? This is the Stone Temple, pilots. It was built by our island's patron. Where'd that go? I can't find it. Where was that? That's right. Tonachi Lamstrand. She lived here a century ago after a long career as a portal crafter in Lanthan. She retired here to study the magical energies of the island. Lamstrand was a friend to our parents and grandparents, and with the wealth and magic she brought, our village flourished. Unfortunately, the protections Lamstrand erected, the portals that siphoned away the island's curse, started failing several months back, and the pirates destroyed an important one a couple of 10 days ago. It was a lighthouse. They just battered it down with catapults as they sailed by, and I don't know if they understood what that would do. What did it do? We discovered that being here is affecting us, mutating us, but why? I've never seen such an affliction. This island was once home to an ancient civilization. The inhabitants lived in a city somewhere beneath the mountain, according to Lamstrand's research. Those who lived here millennia ago sought the power of an alien dimension. When they finally opened up a rift to that plane, some catastrophe befell them and cursed the island, and anyone who drinks the water mutates into a scaled worshipper. Back in Bravery, where there were always enough clerics whose daily spells could fill the cistern beneath the well, there was a good spring nearby, but we didn't need it. Unfortunately, many of us got separated when we fled Bravery, and I'm the only cleric to make it to Stone Temple. If my daughter were here, we'd have hope of holding out longer, but Melv is strong in Chantea's service. Her spells can create food, not just purify what we already have. If she were here, we wouldn't need to be eating this gruel. The villagers mumbled their disdain for the gruel. My daughter could also heal your friend if you were to find Malv. She could heal all of us, but alas, I fear the pirates might have captured her. Otherwise, she'd have made it here days ago. No, I fear there is only one hope for you, your friend. Orman leans in with the look of a conspirator. Lamstrand built a machine that can close the rift. She never used it because the energy was valuable for the powering of her devices. It could charge cells that powered the little machines around the island. The lives of our parents and grandparents were more comfortable for these devices, but fewer and fewer of those cells still carry a charge. It's been a century since Lamstrand left the island, and between the spells of the priests and the purifying effects of the portals, the villages had plenty of safe water. It seemed safe to leave the rift active, but she always made sure the elders knew that it might be closed if needed to be. And this machine will save Arnold? Oh, absolutely. It should weaken the curse or perhaps break it. We know a lot about the process from Lamstrand's research. We also know that the matter is urgent. In recent months, dozens of creatures have started crawling all over the island, coming up from the deep caves, and I fear some villagers have been mutated and joining their ranks. But it gets worse. Now there are many dozens, hundreds of the pirates scouring the island looking for something, and I assume they aren't taking precautions against the curse. If you don't turn off the rift, Anchor Island will be swarming with an army of scaled worshippers. Alright then, let's activate this machine. Where is it? The machine is in Lamstrand's workshop. that's a few days west of here, and it's a dangerous journey. Alright, well, you can lead us to it. So we're adventurers, you know. Just tell us where to go. That's right, Arnold says as he enters the room. We're excellent adventurers. Rufio jumps up from the table. You can't be going anywhere, says Omaran. I'm afraid you're too far gone. Only your two friends here have a hope of making it the trip. It's a dangerous one. The truth is, we lived here on half rations for too long to be useful, and we're starving to death. All our lives here are in the hands of your friends now. Can I have a moment with my friends? Listen, the Seekers are relying on Lamstrand's devices working. That's why they're looking for the missing pieces, and whatever machine Lamstrand built to stop this curse, you can't use it if it will depower every bit of artifice that she left behind. It can't be worth your life, Rufio says. Alright. If you can find Omaran's daughter, Mal, bring her back to heal us, and leave the machine alone, if you don't find her, you have my permission to close the rift. With that, Arnold lays his chin down and drifts off to sleep. You and Rufio carry Arnold back to this room, putting him in bed. Stay here this time, says Rufio. You explore the stone temple for the rest of the day, where Rufio spends time praying in the chapel and talking to the villagers who examine the various machines. You're more impressed by the ornate diagram of planets that orbit the sun. You use time to take examining the amazing lifting device that connects the temple to the ground, subterranean channel. In the evening, you have a meeting with Omeron while eating bowls of broth. I thought this was Lamstrand's workshop. This is the stone temple. It's a temple of Gone, so of course there's a workshop. There's where she would meet people from Bravery when they wanted to fix or craft something for the village. So Lamstrand has been gone for hundreds of years now, but the older villagers, the gnomes, still climb the mountain once or twice a year to worship Gond here. The workshop you find is further into the island. It's where Lamstrand lived with her lover Gimlet. It is the location that is known, but no one still living on the island has ever been there. There's a road that leads there. It's grown over in the last century, so it's going to be slow growing and going, and that route still risks encountering the pirates if you go that way, so you'll need to be careful. The other way is the river route. From the chamber deep within the temple, there's an underground river that leads to Lamstrand's workshop, and I think that's the way Lamstrand got back and forth, but we know less about it. There's a little boat here that can make the journey. Karkak checked it, and he said it's in good order. Karkak came from the South Cove to help us rebuild our fishing fleet, so you can bank on his knowledge. Either way, when you get within a mile or so, we know of something that can guide you the rest of the way. I do have, if you have the code Parrotflies. Omaran draws the glass cylinder from his pocket and hands it to you. The green glass is wrapped in lead wire. You recognize it as the item Arnold wanted to find in Bravery. This is a motive cell. Till Nancy Lamstrand was obsessed with inventing new power sources. This is one that she was famous for. These give power to dozens of little devices around the island, and they populate. They're quite popular in Lantan and Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate 2. The dragon. I'll go get it, says Rufio, and he ducks out of the room quickly. I didn't want to wake Arnold. He'd insist on being here, but he needs to rest. Orman immediately goes to work, opening the dragon's chest and replacing the motor chest and replacing. Did I? Yeah, I was gonna say it should have led you to 159. I was gonna say, yeah, I was like, wait, we already fixed the dragon, and it flew away. Yes, it's the Clockwork Dragon. Yes, here we go. Its name is Parrot. It was famous too back when Gimlet was pirating on the Trackless Sea. This thing was everywhere with Gimlet. Omran sets the dragon on the table. Parrot's been flying for decades around Bravery for decades now. Most of us in the village grew up playing with it as a toy. It knows how to get all the locations Lamtran built around the island. I can teach you how to talk with it, but you need to be careful. Parrot can think for itself and has its own goals, so since I was a child, I thought it had an agenda, like it was biding time with the rest of us while I was looking for something. Well, that's ominous. I suppose it is. Hey, says Rufio, let's not tell Arnold that Omeron taught us how to talk to this dragon. I want to see Arnold's face when it responds to our words, but not his. With the hour so late and the talk of the Clockwork Dragon concluded, you expect Omeron and his fellow villagers are ready for bed. Before I go to bed, I want to talk to you about the Dawn Saber. I can't imagine you're here for anything else, and we know that's why the Netherlands pirates are here too. Visitors to this island only ever come for wheat beer or to chase that ship. He begins to lower his voice. The Dawn Saber is something we island residents know about. We're certain that the ship is near Lamstrand's workshop. It became Gimlet's personal vessel, and he lived with Tilanchi at the workshop, so it must be nearby. Since you're helping us, and the secret's gonna die if your mission fails, it's only fair to reveal that the prize is nearby. If you find the workshop, you can't fail to find the Dawn Saber. There it is. All the goals are aligning. You become accustomed to being the first one ready each morning, and this time you find that Rufio is already awake. Visiting with Arnold, the half-elf is still confined to the bed. When you enter the room, Rufio is beside Arnold, telling him that last night, including the location of the Dawn Saber, if you have Arnold marked, I do not. Your evening at the stone temple passes peacefully. At one point you smell bread. Let me see. So I'm just thinking, I was trying to get to part 4, but with it getting, it's 9:40, I think maybe may have to stop here before part 4. So it'll be part 337. Yeah, because I think it's gonna be looks like maybe a little bit more. The midpoint of chapter 3. Then yes, we will be okay, so we will be starting at part 3037 next time. So next time will be, I think it might be the day before the Extra Life 24-hour charity stream. And during that Extra Life 24-hour charity stream, we will also be doing a solo rolling, but a little bit different, where it's actually going to be a duet rolling. It's going to be me as a GM for a one-player campaign by Anthony Joyce, which is called The Blood Hunter. And it's kind of like a Witcher one-shot where it's meant for one player and one player only. So I think it's still solo rolling, but also with a GM, so it's a little bit different. So I'm excited for that. I think me and Gerundo are going to be doing that sometime in that 24-hour window. So again, go to bit.ly/goose2021. donate as low as $1 and get entered in a bunch of cool one-shots. Also, if you're not following us, follow us on Twitch, because that 24 hours, you're going to want to watch. It's going to be nonstop, 24 hours straight of very entertaining content. The last one was a lot of fun, and this one we're going to try to top it. We weren't even a network for the last one. We literally only had One Shot Onslaught and Halfway Heroes, and now we are a full network. So we're going to have D&D one-shots. We're going to have NBA. That's pretty crafty. It's going to be popping in and out throughout the whole time. We're going to have some video game streams. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have Roll for Weird spinoff and a lore and pour. Definitely check it out. And again, go to bit.ly/goose2021 and donate just $1 to get entered into all those cool giveaways. If you haven't yet, go check out abideasteria.com. It's a free new sci-fi fantasy system where all you need is a web browser and a standard deck of 52 playing cards. Hey, Halfway to Heroes. Is literally the next episode to drop is the finale of Campaign 1. It's the first ever homebrew campaign I've ever done. It really, genuinely is my baby. And we've had nothing but amazing feedback for Halfway to Heroes. From the get-go. It's a show that I was very nervous to make. Did not know how it was going to go. Had never ran a homebrew campaign before. And then to have your first ever homebrew campaign be a podcast and recorded and put out in the world for everybody here was very stressful. And to now almost have like 100 5-star ratings and reviews on that podcast, I can't even say like how much that means to me. In that campaign, we've got our penultimate out now, and the very next time we record, which I think is going to be like next Monday or Tuesday, is going to be the last time we record that campaign. And it really is kind of hitting home to me that campaign's about to wrap up, and I'm very sad to see it go. It's very bittersweet. But that campaign's done everything we set out for it to do, and we're going to wrap it up. And we've got Campaign 2 coming out. We've got the new logo that we're going to release once Campaign 2 comes out. We have got... I've got the new story set up. We've got new characters for it. So it's genuinely going to be the last time we ever see Clyde, Merlin, Ubo, and Ultrex, which is very sad, but also very exciting to see the new characters and the new story unravel. So yeah, if you haven't yet, go check out Halfway to Heroes. Once we hit 100 ratings and reviews, we're at like 83 right now. I said I will get a Halfway to Heroes tattoo. So if you haven't yet, go check that out and review it. Just go to majesticgoose.com. We got a lot of really cool merch and stuff that you can check out. Donate to that giveaway, Extra Life, in the panels below, or that link. Be entered in all those giveaways. Go check out Eclipse, all the other shows on Majestic Goose Network. Eclipse, Lore and Pour, Halfway to Heroes, One Shot Onslaught, Roll for Weird, Dice Talk. We're up to like 10 now. Tune in for Doom Clock. Please, 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 please. Next Friday, if you're not busy, or if you are busy but you're able to pop up your phone and tune into this Twitch channel, please, at 8 o'clock Eastern, tune in. We want to get a lot of viewers, a lot of eyes. The more eyes that are watching a stream, the more people that will click on it, interested into it to see what all the fuss is about. I want that stream and that podcast to really just explode right away, because I have really high hopes for the story and everything in the system and the players. So go check it out. Thank you all for watching this. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. And yeah, I'll see you all in 2 weeks, the day before the 24-hour stream. So I'll be talking about it a lot more then too. So with all that, I may be streaming Diablo 2 after this, or I might just be playing it. I don't know. I'm at least going to be playing it. I may stream it or not. I'm not positive yet. So thank you all for watching. And if you're looking for me playing video games, tune in a minute if I do stream it. Bye, everybody.